Okay, I got the iPad long ways today. Seems a little weird though, but I do. We are going to talk about why New York City is having so many problems with police being assaulted, among many other things. Now, first and foremost, I'm going to pick one incident out of 10 million. There was a 16-year-old kid who was charged with robbery and given cash as bail, charged with possession of an illegal gun and given cash as bail, assaulted a cop on camera and given cash as bail, and on his way out of the courtroom, he asked the judge, "Can I press charges against the cop?" Now, the cash as bail thing basically says, and I'm sure most of you know about this by now, it's a state law, and it's the pro-criminal law. It's the law where the uber-liberal left assholes are basically saying, we hate cops, we hate citizens, and we love criminals. We want to help criminals get back on as fast as possible. It basically says people can't afford bail, then don't break the fucking law. But people can't afford bail, so let's do cash as bail, which means the judge basically says, go home and come back tomorrow. Now, by law, the judge has had the authority for 1,000 years to decide cash as bail on his own. And the majority of the time, the judge is a guy for a low-level crime, first-time offender, young offender. He says, go home and come back tomorrow. I trust you. But then the judge would be like, you know what? $10,000 bail. You know what? You're dangerous. No bail. Okay? Cash as bail says that the judge has to ROR you, release on your own recognizance, for all non-violent crimes. Non-violent crimes are assault, drug trafficking, possession of an illegal weapon, drunk driving homicide, robbery. All these are non-violent crimes. Assaulting a police officer is a non-violent crime. Okay? And that is pretty much the case for everybody in the state. Now, there's another law in the state that says if a federal officer comes to the state and asks for information on the suspect, if the suspect is an American citizen, give them up. If a suspect is an illegal alien, obstruct justice. Now, the supremacy clause, you have city law, county law, state law, federal law, constitution. Okay? You cannot pass a law in your jurisdiction if that law is contradicted by a higher authority. Example, if a state were to pass a law saying it's okay to rape 9-year-old girls, no, because federal law says no. If the state passes a law saying it's okay for husbands to beat their wives, no, because federal law is about as laws against assault. If the city says, you know what, we're gonna practice slavery, no, because the federal government, the Constitution, says no. So the entire United States has an extradition treaty, which means if you're arrested anywhere in the United States and you're wanted somewhere else, they have to give you up. Now, if Kentucky arrests a guy for a triple murder and they find out the guy is wanted in New Jersey for shoplifting, he shoplifted a $50 pair of sneakers in New Jersey, then killed 3 people in Kentucky. Well, in Kentucky, triple murder, he's looking at the death penalty. If not 1,000 years in prison. So it's not worth it, and it's very dangerous to have him chained up like Hannibal Lecter, put on a private plane, fall into New Jersey, go to New Jersey court, sit in New Jersey County Jail for a jail in New Jersey for 1 day, and then come back to Kentucky. So Kentucky will tell New Jersey, yes, we have your guy, but we're charging him with triple murder. We don't want him to escape, so we're going to put him on trial here. Don't worry about it. Now, in real life, Ted Bundy was arrested. He had broken out of jail in Colorado, and he had broken out of court in Colorado. Ted Bundy. He's arrested in Florida. Okay? He had killed 2 women in the Chi Omega sorority house and tried to kill 2 more. In fact, his plan was to kill every single woman in the dormitory, but because one of the sisters came home and disturbed him, that saved everyone else's life. He also beat a woman to a pulp down the road, tried to kill her. Her neighbors were awoke. He was disturbed and escaped. He also killed a 12-year-old girl, and it was probably the worst murder ever committed. Colorado called Florida and told Florida, we want him back. And Florida said, fuck you. He escaped already twice from you. We got him now. And he's being charged with a bunch of shit, and he's looking at the death penalty. And he was executed in Florida. So a lot of times the state will say, fuck you, we're going to take over because we got him for this very serious murder. And he escaped last time, or we don't want to do that. We got him here. Okay, that does happen a lot. But the concept of, I don't agree with that, so I'm going to let him go. Like, if you look at California, San Francisco County Jail had the guy in custody. Federal officers contacted the jail and told the jail flat out, we're coming tomorrow. I don't know where they're coming from. We're coming tomorrow. He's an illegal alien. He's invaded 5 times. He's been convicted of 5 felonies. He's been deported 5 times. He's come back again 5 times. We want him. And the San Francisco jail said, we don't agree with that. And they let him out of jail. And he murdered Kate Stanley. Okay? So that is obstructing justice. That is accessory to escape. I mean, if you look at the San Francisco County Jail, lets a guy out knowing he's wanted, he murders Kate Stanley. Here in New York State, we got a woman in prison because she helped 2 guys get out of prison up in Clinton County. Now, the state law does say that if you have a federal officer that comes with a warrant to your police station or your courthouse and says, give me the information on this guy, I have a warrant for his arrest. State law says if it's an American citizen, you cooperate. If it's an illegal alien, you obstruct justice. I will guarantee you right now, hand to God, that more than 99% of the police departments in this state will cooperate because they will follow the real law. Especially if the DEA agent or the U.S. Marshal, okay, or the ICE agent says, I got an illegal alien in your city, I want him for rape, I want him for narcotics trafficking, I want him for murder, okay, we think he's a member of Al-Qaeda, okay, they're going to be like, well, A, the real fucking law, the federal law, says I have to cooperate with you. B, you can legally arrest me for not cooperating with you. Because if a DEA agent or U.S. Marshal comes in with a federal warrant from a federal judge and says, listen, I got a warrant here, give me this guy's file because I need to arrest him right now. Well, we don't agree with that, sir. Okay? By law, that federal officer can arrest the guy on the other side of the counter and bring him to court and tell the judge, Your Honor, I didn't get the information I wanted. Or, you know what? The federal officer can arrest the guy and take the information by force. Okay? You can be arrested for obstructing justice. You have no right to say, I don't want to cooperate with you. I'm not going to talk to you when someone has a warrant in front of your face. It's one thing if you tell a cop, I don't want to cooperate. But if you yourself are a cop, or you work for the police department as you're their clerk in their records office, okay, and you're given a federal warrant, you have no choice but to cooperate. Because in that case, you could be charged with contempt of court, obstructing justice, aiding and abetting a fugitive. Okay? So 99% of the police departments in this state will tell them flat out, okay, I'm going to follow the real law. Also, what's he wanted for? Rape, murder, terrorism. Okay? I don't want a fucking bomb going off in my city. I don't want a rapist walking the same streets my wife walks. Okay? I don't want a gang member walking down my daughter's school. Fuck that, I'm cooperating. New York City, and I'm not talking about any cop. I don't want any cop, rank and file cop, to think that I'm pointing my finger at them. This is the administrators, the bureaucrats, the politicians. This is their fault, as usual. New York City is the one city that we know for a fact will not cooperate. I don't know if they threaten to fire the officers. I don't know what they do, but New York City will go out of their way to obstruct justice. Okay, they've actually been caught doing it. It's horrible. So, and that's that. Now, also in New York City, in Manhattan in particular, you have Alvin Bragg, who is a criminal's best friend. Alvin Bragg is the George Gascon of the East. Okay? He will take every crime he can, unless you're a law-abiding guy committing self-defense. And he will plead it down to everything, okay? He tried to indict a Hispanic guy for murder, even though the guy defended himself. He is indicting a U.S. Marine for assaulting a violent felon. Okay? Alvin Bragg will look at all the charges against the defendant, and you might have a guy, okay, he jaywalked, threw an old lady down a flight of stairs, and kidnapped her granddaughter. Okay, drop kidnapping, drop assault and battery, and charge jaywalking. That way he gets out of jail on reasonable recognizance, and that way he gets these men a punishment possible. Alvin Bragg will reduce the charges to the nth degree, hoping that he'll get the guy back on the street as soon as possible. And Lee Zeldin was going to fire him on day one, but he refused. But he didn't get elected. And Kathy Hochul has still not fired him, even though she's been begged to. I'll look into that when I get a chance if I feel like I get bullshit. Okay? So you have Alvin Bragg, who goes out of his way to reduce the charge on every case. Then you have the sanctuary city policy. New York City has told the entire planet, and so did LA, and so did San Fran, and Chicago, a couple of places, have told the entire planet, we are a sanctuary city. We will not cooperate with federal authorities. We will not write you out. We will let you do whatever you want. Come to our city. Now, American citizens are not going to go to the city because of that. Illegal immigrants who came the right way are not going to go to the city because of that. Illegal aliens, and in particular illegal aliens who want to commit more crime, they will go to the city. And they go to New York, they go to Chicago, they go to LA, they go to San Fran. They go to cities that want them. The cities say, please come here, please rape our women, please kill our children, we love you. Okay, that's what they do. And they come in droves. Now, if you look at that horrible assault of the two officers in the street, and you see the body cam, there are 7 suspects involved in that. They detained the most violent suspect, even though they didn't want to, especially Alvin Bragg. And all the other guys got released on their own recognizance because assaulting a police officer is a nonviolent crime. Several of those guys went to California because they know for a fact California will not extradite them. Now, how many times in the past did you see an American citizen commit a crime and flee to a non-extradition country? 1 million. Now you have foreign invaders that flee to another state because they know the other state will not extradite them. Bizarre world we're living in. Ooh. Okay? So now you've got the other things going on in this city. If you are an illegal alien and you come to our city, we will not write you out, we will protect you, and we will give you a free place to live. Keep in mind, if you are a citizen in New York City, black, gay, Muslim, whatever you are, okay, and you say I can't pay my rent, they'll tell you to go fuck yourself. And there's a famous video of a black man talking to, I think, an NYPD cop, and he sees all these illegal aliens getting free housing. He's like, I can't pay my fucking rent. Okay? And they're paying like $1,000 a day for a fucking hotel room multiplied by thousands of people. There was one incident where you had a hotel full of illegal aliens. They banned Americans from coming to that hotel so they could put illegal aliens in that hotel at taxpayers' expense. There was a homeless veteran on the street across from the hotel. They didn't give a fuck about that guy. So, we give you free housing. We give you free food. We give you free credit card or debit card. Okay? We give you a free fucking moped. They actually gave out free fucking mopeds, which cost about $5,000 a piece, if not more, to illegal aliens. Now, state law says you have to register all vehicles, including mopeds. Are they registered? Probably not. Even if they are they going to enforce it? Probably not. Okay? We won't extradite you. We'll carry every need. We'll do whatever you want. Okay? And they go to New York City and they say, okay, I got my free hotel room. I got my free moped. I got my free credit card. I got my free food. The city won't extradite me no matter what I do. If I commit a crime, they'll plead it down as low as possible, and I can get whatever the fuck I want. Okay, I'll go to California and live there. They'll help me too. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna beat the shit out of cops. I'm gonna rape women. I'm gonna throw rocks at school children. Okay, they do whatever the fuck they want. Now, you have cities in New York State. They will punish you. They don't care if you're an American. They don't care if you're an illegal. If you break the law, they will arrest you and they will charge you. Now, they probably can't get on cash as bail, but your ass is getting charged. And like I said, 99% of the cities and counties in this state will cooperate with federal authorities. They will. I know they will. So, what happens? All those illegal aliens say, well, if I go to this city and I rape someone, I'm going to jail. If I go to this city and I rob someone, I'm going to jail. If I go to this city and I have a federal arrest warrant, I'm going back home, I'm going to prison. But if I stay in New York City, I get whatever the fuck I want. Okay? It's kind of like if I were to take a serial killer. I got a serial killer. And I have the serial killer and I show him room A and room B. In room A, I have a bunch of men that are like 6'2", 220 pounds that really wanted to knock the fucking shit out of somebody. Okay? In room B, I have a bunch of 8-year-old girls naked, tied up with knives and hooks and okay, where is the serial killer gonna go? Is the serial killer gonna go in the room with all these 6'2", 200-pound men? Or is he gonna go in the room with all the 8-year-old naked girls tied up with the saws and the axes and all that bullshit? Where's he gonna go? It's as simple as that. Okay? You're advertising that you want this shit. You're saying we love rape, we love murder, we love robbery, we love assault. Okay? Now, the rank and file cops aren't saying that. No. The citizens aren't saying that. No. The bureaucrats are saying that. The guys that are like, we're woke. We're America is racist. Okay? We are welcoming. Okay, you're not welcoming for American citizens. You're not welcoming for illegal aliens. You're not welcoming for cops. And on top of everything else, what they do? Well, cops are racist, cops are murderers, cops are pigs. And these are the politicians talking, not the people. When you don't support the police, when you tell the police and other support staff at the police department not to cooperate with federal authorities, okay? When you tell all criminals, we will go out of our way to reduce the charge as much as possible to get you back on the street as fast as possible. When you tell illegal aliens, we will give you everything for free. And when you tell illegal aliens they can commit any crime they want, what are they going to do? Hence, assaults on cops. That's the fucking truth. Now, those 7 illegal aliens that were fighting with those 2 cops in that video, if you'll notice, I think it was the next day, a 15-year-old kid got a gun, shot at a cop, missed a cop, and hit a tourist. Now, let's assume that, and I don't know if the cop was able to get to his gun or if there were a lot of people, because a lot of times a cop will not draw their gun if they're in a crowd of a lot of innocent people. But let's assume, for argument's sake, that those 7 guys, even if the cops didn't kill them on sight, let's assume those 7 guys, they were arrested, they were all held without bail, they were charged with 2 counts of attempted murder of a peace officer. Attempted murder. Because when you got 7 against 2, and you're kicking them in the head, that's attempted murder. That's not assault, that's attempted murder. So, all 7 guys get arrested. All 7 guys are charged with attempted murder of 2 counts of attempted murder of a peace officer. Okay? They're held without bail, and they're all looking at life without parole. I guarantee you that fucking punk kid the next day with the gun would have thought twice. And I guarantee you, if all these guys that are assaulting all these cops, if every single one of them was held without bail, if every single one of them was looking at minimum 10 years in state prison, if anyone that hit the cop in the head or used a weapon was charged with attempted murder of a peace officer and looking at 25 to life, I guarantee you assaults on cops would stop right now, this minute. Okay? I blame the bureaucrats that are encouraging it to happen, and I blame the voters. Because every single November, you have a choice to go and vote. And what do? You either A, don't vote at all. B, you vote for some third-party asshole who has no chance of getting elected, period. Or C, you vote for the same exact shit. Okay? All these fucking liberal Democrats, and they're not Kennedy Democrats. There's no JFK Democrat. Okay? They're AOC Democrats. Okay? They're left of communism. Okay? They're Stalin and Lenin and Marx. Okay? That's what these guys are. That's the type of Democrat they are. And they get elected and reelected by 80, 90% of the vote. So if you are living in New York City and you pick up the phone and call the police and you say, why don't the police want to come in and save me? Or if you're in New York City and you're walking down the block and you see 20 guys beating the shit out of a cop, ask yourself, who did I vote for in the last election? And who am I voting for in the next election? Because odds are it's your fault. Thank you.